What is your name?
Bridget McGinn.
And how do you identify?
Lesbian woman.
Netta Voodoo.
Diana Rapp.
So I'm going to read you 5 quotes. Homophobic people on Tumblr, or it could be from LGBT youth. You have to guess which of the 2 it is. No fats, femmes, Asians, or blacks.
This generation.
Youth.
All these fucking people with their stupid labels, why can't you just be who you are without needing to advertise it?
Homophobic.
He's not trans enough. He's a fucking idiot.
I think it's this generation.
Youth.
I hate coming out stories getting press. Huffington Post did an article last week about a college football player and his baseball playing boyfriend coming out. Whoa, look at all these masculine guys who are gay. You think it's a homophobic person saying that? You're the last one to be interviewed. How do you feel about hearing all of these ridiculous statements?
Very disappointed.
Did you know that this was going on?
Sure, I see it.
What if I told you that every single one of these was in fact said by LGBT kids?
Well, I'd be shocked with it.
Are you originally from New York City?
Yes, I am.
Were you involved in any of the riots or any of the early gay rights movements?
No.
Do you know anyone that did?
Yes.
For all the people that fought for the LGBT rights 40 years ago, 40 plus years ago, how do you think all this hatred going on in our community, within our community, how do you think it would make them feel? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel badly.
What message do you have for the kids today that are acting this way?
They need to look at history and learn to love each other and respect each other and not being so disenchanted. They will never get a chance to enjoy what we have enjoyed in our generation, my generation behind me, and the one behind me.
If you think about, the feminist movement, right? So what would happen if women, like the youngest generation of women today, decided they weren't going to call themselves women anymore? Because they're not feminists and they're not, and they change their name to some other, odd species or some big umbrella title for them because they're not willing to step in to continue the fight,
right.
Continue for what, and it's the same thing with this, I think. I think that, even the term queer, the younger generation is giving themselves this umbrella under which they can play and never be responsible for any one identity or part.
So you are the owner right now.
Part
owner
yes.
of Stonewall. Well, you're the face of Stonewall, as far as everybody knows.
I'm our spokesperson for sure, no doubt.
Yeah. What do you think of, most of these people are my viewers, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do you think of the things that they have to say and how that affects people that have fought before us?
Well, I think it's good. It's challenging as we become more heteronormative. The younger generation has this ability to not identify on any level and also not participate in the community at all. You can now go with your girlfriend and make out at Applebee's, in New York, and no one cares. And you can have parties and meet in other places. And the sense of family and community is starting to dwindle, and especially with Tinder and Grindr, you can meet and mate online. So then, bars such as Stonewall and spaces and fundraisers and communities that gather become less relevant because you can find people other places. So it's upsetting because I think there's a sense of entitlement with the younger generation. They have to understand not only do people fight for the rights, we still are fighting for those rights, and we have so much to do, and we can't do it if the next generation's not going to get involved and help carry that torch.
The younger generation came up and they don't appreciate and understand that what we have put forward for them to enjoy today and the sacrifice we made for them, they ought to step up and appreciate it, but they do not. They think that they take it for granted. And they assume that, we can say whatever we want, we can do whatever we want, and be disenfranchised within the community, and it's not appropriate.
Do you think that me interviewing you guys is a step in the right direction?
Yes.
Of appreciating the
Yes.
older generations and your sacrifices that you've made?
Absolutely.
Again, Stonewall riots are made up of everybody, of trans, of drag queens, of African American, of white, of Spanish, of everybody was involved in those riots, and everyone came here, exactly like 40 some years ago in this very space so we could have this. And I think a lot of the times the younger generations, it's frustrating for the older generations because they kind of turn their nose up at it. Well, that's great, thank you, I'm gonna go do my own thing, thank you, I don't need support, thank you, I don't need to be involved. And I kind of feel sad for them though because they're missing out. We had such a sense of family and community, and I don't think you have it anymore. And it's kind of sad that people in their 20s are gonna miss that whole thing that we had, that we all came together under one thing because we loved differently.
So yeah, I feel like this video has been needed to be made for a long time. So I thank you for allowing me to come and film in the historic building of Stonewall.
Thank Thank you.
Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and share this video if you agree, because you guys have a lot to learn, and as well as I do. That's why I came here. I will see you guys back here on this channel in a few days. Well, next Sunday actually. And I love you and thank you.
And
Thank
if
you
you're,
for
if
all
you're
the
in New
older-
York, come to Stonewall Inn.
Yeah, come to Stonewall and say hi to Stacy. All right, bye guys.